How's it going, everyone? Mountainspyder here, bringing you another episode in the Pokemon TCG series. So today, I'm going to jump right into using the Inteleon deck on the theme ladder in ranked and see how it performs. I really want to see how good is the Inteleon Theme Deck. Going up against Laser Focus, which is actually a deck I haven't played in a long time. So I've had about 9 games or so with the Cinderace deck, with 7 wins. So for me, the Cinderace deck at the moment is incredibly successful. Would you like to go first? I'm actually liking going second, because of the supporter cards and getting the first attack off. I will go into a video explaining all of this very soon. So with regards to the 3 theme decks so far, I've now reviewed all 3 of those theme decks, and you can check out all those reviews on my Pokemon playlist. After going through the review of the decks, trying to get a feel for them, I'm really trying to get a feel for which is going to be the best theme deck to play in the Versus ladder, which is going to be the best theme deck to pick up and use. So far, from the few games I've had so far, the Cinderace deck seems to be the better one. I've only had 3 games so far with this Inteleon deck with 2 wins, which is why I want to do this, play some more games with the Inteleon theme deck, and really see how it goes. Let's see, what do I pick up? I didn't really want Professor's Research. I was hoping for a hop or something. Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate, because I'm not going to be using Professor's Research in this case. Let's get Water Reserve going. Okay, so far, Cinderace is doing really, really well. It's a deck that performs well in the current meta because it is on par resistance-wise and weakness-wise to the Charizard deck, meaning that it's only weak to Water-type decks. And it is good against the Rillaboom deck, which is being played a little bit on the theme ladder, not as much, and I will go into a lot of that when I come to actually discussing which is the best theme deck. So the Cinderace deck does fit in pretty well into the current meta, but it does have some tough times because of decks like the Inteleon deck and like the Kyogre deck. Now, taking a look at this Inteleon deck, which is why I really want to do it as the first, basically, is it good deck, is because it fits in a very good spot in the meta. Let me see if I can get Pokemon Catcher off nice and early. I can't. That's a bit unfortunate. I'm scared it's going to evolve this next turn, but let's get this going. It's not really the deck I want to be, the hand I want to be seeing, but let's get some pressure going. Mantine, by the way, with this Inteleon deck, really, really great starter Pokemon. And it's one of the reasons why this deck performs so well, and it's why it's a deck I enjoy playing. The Mantine Water Reserves, if you're going first, you can then pick up 3 more energy cards and just add them straight to your hand. You basically sort yourself out energy-wise for at least the next 3 turns. Because of that, Mantine is so great. It's a nice early setup. It's 110 HP, so it's pretty beefy. 1 retreat cost, always happy seeing that. And a good 60 damage, which is really impressive. It does hit surprisingly hard. Unfortunately, my draws so far have been rather terrible. I'm waiting on a Krabby to get these Kinglers going, and I'm waiting on a Dreadnought. The problem is I don't want to pop Professor's Research, because I'm sitting with Ordinary Rod in my hand, which is a fantastic card. And I'm sitting with 2 Switches, which are fantastic. And I'm sitting with both my Kinglers, which I can't afford to get rid of. So, although I've got a very awkward hand, I can't actually get rid of it just yet. So I do hope I draw into some more draw mechanic cards. Now, looking at how this deck performs. The Inteleon deck performs well in the ladder because it's good against the Cinderace deck, and it's good against the Charizard deck. Now, what makes this deck so powerful, and I've said it previously, and I said it for my first impressions for this deck, is the fact that it's not weak against grass. It's not weak against the Rillaboom deck. And I'm most likely just been destroyed because my opponent was able to get a Necrozma online super quickly. And I keep drawing energy. And the frustrating thing is I'm going to have to use Professor's Research. Otherwise, I'm out the game. Yeah, I have to use Professor's Research, which is really, really frustrating. What do I get? Well, I get Dreadnought, which is something. I'd actually rather get a Cormorant out right now. Just as something on my bench. I have to use Pokemon Catcher. The thing is, evolving doesn't even help me. This is game. Yeah, this is game. I shouldn't have actually evolved. That was a bit silly. I just threw Dreadnought away. Sorry, I was thinking that was not a good decision. I wasn't able to actually get this deck going quick enough. Bad starting hand, and I should have actually gone for the Professor's Research much earlier. And cut my losses while I was ahead. Very good place from my opponent's side. They're able to set up very well with Necrozma. This is still a nice deck to play. If you're playing with the Laser Focus deck, it'll still do pretty well. Can I get a snipe off on this by any chance? No, I just can't. Go back. Forgot you can't do that. Let's just put 20 damage there. Well played to my opponent. So, bad showcase game, and I'll probably get 2 more in because of that. But this deck performs well, as I was saying, because it's not weak to grass. So it's not weak to the Rillaboom deck. It's not weak to my... It's not primarily weak to my Leaf Charge deck. But the Leaf Charge deck does have Lightning, so it's still pretty good. This deck fits in really well with the current meta, because of the decks that are being played. Now, it doesn't have as heavy hitters as the other decks, which is a bit of a drawback. But it has a better spread of Pokemon. And I say that because when playing this Inteleon deck, Kingler. Oh, I love that skin, dude. Well done. Silver TFC. That is amazing, man. I'm loving this. Again, I want to try and go second because I'm trying to get a supporter card off quite early on. Ah, I'm loving that skin. That's really cool. Not the best starting hand. But the fact that I'm sitting with an Inteleon in my hand makes me want to put Tutor first, but I know Tutor's just got so much more value. Let me get a Sobble going. Hopefully I get lucky. If I can use Pokegear to get me a Pokekid, I can actually bring out Drizzle, which would be really nice early on. Young Goose, your opponent reveals their hand and take down 30 damage. That's quite cool. So it'll take him 3 turns to get through me, which is decent. And Hippopotamus, 11th, I'll take out. I don't think I've fought this deck, or at least for a very long time, so I'm quite excited. This is going to be a fun matchup. Props to Silver TFC, that's really cool. Bringing some nice old theme decks to the foray. So I'm keen to see how this deck performs. I'm still a strong believer in giving the older theme decks a chance. And the fact that they can actually still hold their own. They take flip coin if hits, prevent damage from attacks. And this Pokemon. Oh, that's quite cool. I like this. I really do enjoy playing against the older theme decks because they bring you something new and because your opponent doesn't necessarily know what's in the decks. For instance, I have no idea what's in this deck because quite frankly, I can't remember it. Oh, that's unfortunate. No supporter cards on this turn, which is pretty much the reason I was going for this. I wouldn't mind buying myself some time, but I don't want to throw away Pokemon Catcher either. Take 30 damage next turn. I can take 30 damage. I'd rather play it safe because I need to stall a bit because I don't really have options at the moment, but that didn't work either way. So the plan so far is to try and get all 3 of these starter theme decks to about 10 games. So I can work out more or less how they're performing in relation to each other. Oh! Your opponent reveals their hand. If you find a Pokemon there, this takes 80 more damage. Oh! I've just been destroyed. Well played, my friend. That's game. Wow, 2 really bad games in a row with this Inteleon deck. Huh. That's unfortunate. Well played. Silver TFC. That's a really great deck. Well played, my friend. Okay. That was actually awesome. I must check out that theme deck. That was surprisingly good. What theme deck was that? I'll check it at the end of the video. Okay, well, let's jump into a third game in 10 minutes. Well, so far it looks like the Inteleon deck is not doing so well. I'm quite surprised. I've thought this deck was more reliable, and I've had 2 really, really bad games so far. I'm going up against the new Charizard deck, which is a tough game, even with me having the advantage with regard to weakness. It's still a very, very good deck. I finally got lucky with my cards. The fact that I've got Drizzle, I'm very tempted to go into... I think I'm going to go into it. The fact that I got Drizzle, it makes me confident that I can go into Sobble and then turn 2 hit with some decent damage. Krabby also has can't attack on the first turn. I know it's only 10 damage, but I'd rather get that damage going. Although, I was going to say, if it's a fire tap, I'll at least get more damage off. So that's always quite nice. Really hoping they don't have a Rapidash. If they do have Rapidash in their hand, that's going to be very difficult. Because then, this Drizzle's just going to die. Yeah, this Drizzle is just not going to be long for this world. Which is a bit unfortunate. So let's do a Great Ball first and see what we dig up. That's really unfortunate. So I'm more likely to get Dreadnought out, but Tutor I can actually use. So I'd rather put Tutor down. And then let's go for Hop. I really wish I used Hop first, my word. And let's use Hop. Oh, there's Dreadnought. That worked out quite nicely. So, I don't know if it's worth evolving Sobble because my opponent's going to go for Agility next turn. So I don't actually think so. I'd rather start powering up Tutor. So I should have started with Krabby. I think I got ahead of myself there. Yeah, I think the better start would have been Krabby there. Just the fact that my opponent was able to get Rapidash off so quickly. It really does show you the power of going first. The thing is, yeah, I'm really glad I went for that play. That's the trade-off. Going first, you get the first evolution. And going second, you get card advantage. So it's that trade-off. And I think in this case, I'm on the receiving end of that trade-off. That's a Mantine, which is actually really, really great. And I'm happy to see that. Let's get a energy down on Dreadnought. Let me go for Hop first. See what I get. I did actually get a switch. I wish now I didn't place that energy. I should have done Hop first before I did the energy down. Let's Pokegear this up. What do we get? I definitely want Hop over Professor's Research. Nice thing is, Krabby's not going to go down this turn. So I'm guaranteed to get another turn off with Dreadnought. And I can actually preserve this Krabby, which would be quite nice. I might be able to go into a Kingler at a later stage. Which is never a bad thing. It's a damaged Kingler, but it's something. Next turn, I can actually, depending if my opponent gets Agility off, I'll go into Mantine to bring out some energy. If my opponent doesn't get Agility off, I'll go into Dreadnought and get the KO. Dreadnought is really one of the heavy hitters in this deck. I don't particularly like going out Dreadnought so early. I prefer getting Dreadnought in the mid-game. Okay, I can get a KO here, which is really, really great. Oh yeah, I got a Kingler as well. So let's switch into Dreadnought. Let's get a Kingler out. Let's get Dreadnought online. Let's go for Hop again. I may as well use Hop. Got a Pokemon Catcher, which is really, really nice. That can come in very handy probably next turn. And let's go for a Vice Bite. Okay, we've got a KO. Very, very nice. We're in a decent position. I am still concerned that my opponent is going to have another Rapidash. Okay, went into a Farfetch. That's decent. The issue with Rapidash is agility. It stalls out the game. Dreadnought can take 3 agilities, which is very, very good. Not anymore, though, after that attack. I'm a bit surprised they didn't go for Collect. We are really racing through these games at the moment. So 3 games, only 1 win. It's not decent. I feel like I had really, really bad luck those first 2 games with my opening hand. Hopefully the bad luck is gone and we're going to start getting this going. The Inteleon Theme Deck does have a lot of potential. And I think it should do well. I know judging by today, it hasn't gone so well. But considering that was my 6th game with the deck, 3 wins and 3 losses. So sitting on it's sitting on 50%, not about. It's sitting on 50% so far. So at the moment, it really is middle of the road. This is going to be an interesting game as it is against the Kyogre deck. These draws are not great. But I've got second turn and I've got a hop, which I guess is pretty decent. I don't like starting with Tutor because I like going to Dreadnought mid-game. So Tutor really is the worst start for me. Cramorant I like starting with. I love starting with Mantine. Those should be your ideal starting active Pokemon. The reason for both of them, they only require 1 energy for either one of them. Okay, let me do Hop first this time and then go into Great Ball. Okay, that's pretty good. I actually got 2 Great Balls, which is fantastic. Let's bring out a Dreadnought because my opponent's got a very slow start. And what else do we get? Let's bring out... I've got another Dreadnought. Damn, I wish I went for the Kingler. Okay, and let's bring out a Mantine. Always happy seeing Mantine. What I'm actually going to do is switch out my Tutor into Mantine because I want to get the water reserves off very, very early. It's a very early burn of switch, which is a bit risky, but my hand is in a very, very good position right now. And Tutor is now out of danger. And next turn I can move into the Wave Smash if I want to start getting more damage off. So I feel like that was a good play. And that is one reason I do like going second, is if your opponent doesn't have that evolution in their starting hand, it's a very safe play. You're basically banking on your opponent not being able to evolve their active Pokemon. Okay, they're going into the Psyduck. Bit of a risky play from my opponent's side because they know I have energy and they know I can get a KO. So I'm a bit surprised by that. I don't think it's worth that switch getting 10 damage off because they're losing the draw energy and now they're losing their Psyduck. So before I do that, let me get what draws I get. Well, I don't have to worry about Water Reserve again. So let's get that Dreadnought online. And let's get our first KO going. That's what I said, Mantine, such a great active Pokemon as your first starting Pokemon. Especially if you're going second, because your first turn, you can get that very, very, very nice energy into your hand. And your second turn, you start getting Wave Splash out for 60 damage. While 60 damage is not going to knock out most starting Pokemon, most basic Pokemon, it does knock out some. As you saw, I was able to get out the Psyduck in that sense. And against your fire decks, 60 damage is going to knock out most stage 1 Pokemon even, if you get lucky. Let's see. So let's start charging up this Dreadnought. I really want to draw into a Sobble right now because I've got the whole family tree there going. So let's get this damage off. There's no reason to hold back at this stage. There's literally no reason to go Water Reserve, with the exception of thinning out my deck, which I'm very cautious of doing with these new theme decks because they tend to run through the deck pretty quickly, especially with the new Professor card. Now I do see my opponent is charging up the Prinlup, which does scare me. The Empoleon can do a lot of damage to Pokemon on your bench. Luckily, if he does do that, I can go into Dreadnought and pretty much get a straight KO. I am worried about them taking out Dreadnought on the bench though. Also scared of losing my Krabby, because I do love Krabby. I have a very soft spot for it, and I do enjoy Kingler as well. Kingler is also very good in this deck, because if you hit someone who's got any damage counters on them, it's fantastic. So I'm curious as to whether they're going to go into Kyogre. It'll be a bit scary if they did, because I can't knock out Kyogre just yet with Mantine. Yeah, they did that. That's a bit unfortunate. If my Dreadnought was charged up, I'll be able to do something about it. I actually can get Dreadnought online with Energy Switch. Does Dreadnought get the KO though? because Kyogre has 3 retreat costs. That's an additional 3, 6, 90 damage. That's an additional 90 damage, which come to 150. So I can get the KO, which I think is exactly what I'm going to do. So let's get this energy on Dreadnought. And let's retreat into Dreadnought. Let's energy switch from Mantine. Let's put it onto Dreadnought. Let's Pokegear this up. Prof Research, not really what I want to see, because I'm not willing to lose both Drizzle and Inteleon, and all this sweet, sweet energy. With regard to my discard pile, there are still not any Pokemon there, so Ordinary Rod is not worth anything. So let's go for some damage. Vice Bite and get the KO. That, I feel like, was a very successful play. And that's one of the things I do like from this deck, is that you can do that quite easily. And that is why I said Mantine is a great Pokemon, because it only has that 1 retreat cost. Now, unfortunately, I sincerely hope that they do not have Inteleon. They do have Inteleon. That's unfortunate, because they're most likely going to go for Aquafor, which will knock out my poor, poor sweet Dreadnought. Yeah, it happens. It's a bit unfortunate. I'm a bit concerned now because I don't actually have anything to deal with Inteleon. So I think I might have been a bit aggressive there. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do now. I think I might have to sacrifice Krabby, but I can't sacrifice Krabby because Mantine will go down either way. So let me go into Mantine. There's the Kingler, which is quite nice. I wish I had the Mantine out now. The question is, do I charge... Where do I put my energy? The problem is Kingler doesn't do anything until I've got 3 energy on him. And Napoleon can hit the bench, which is my issue. I wouldn't mind getting Ordinary Rod out to get those Pokemon back. And to get my energy back. The frustrating thing is I'm really considering Professor's Research. And I think I need to. As much as I don't want to lose those Pokemon. Yeah, I need to go for Professor's Research. As nice as all the energy is, it's not going to win me games. That's actually pretty decent. And I can now go into Water Reserve. And I can stabilize a little bit. I feel like, as frustrating as that play was, I think that was the better play. I'm sad losing Inteleon and Drizzle, but at least now I've got a bench and I've got options. Not entirely sure what option is going to be the better one. I guess it depends a lot on what this next move is for my opponent. The issue is my opponent can hit my bench, which I'm scared about. Let me go into a tutor. I actually should have gotten Kingler there, because at least Kingler can do something. That was a bit of a mistake. I should have gotten to Kingler there. Anyway. I hope my opponent doesn't continuously hit my bench, which is what I'm scared of. I think that was a bad play. I should have gone into Kingler there, because tutor can't actually do anything. I'm so used to people not being able to hit the bench, and that really was a bad play on my side. Because even evolving to a Dreadnought, I can't do anything until I get 3 energies. Yeah, he's going to hit the bench. Oh, went Bubble Hold. Okay. I'm actually okay with that, because I can go into Kingler, and I can get some... Bubble Hold doesn't lose the energy, that's not an issue. Let me go into Mantine, let me get some damage off. There's a Dreadnought, which is quite nice to see. So I'm going to make my opponent have to actually make choices. Pokekid. I'm tempted to use Pokekid to get a Drizzle out, but I don't want to get Drizzle out until I can actually do anything with it. Because the other option is getting a Kingler out, who actually does something. I'm going to wait a turn. I want to see what my next draw is. I want to see if I can maybe get... If I get a Kingler or if I get a Drizzle or an Inteleon. I know I've got at least 1 Inteleon left in my deck. Well, I have 1 Inteleon left in my deck. So it's very unlikely. It's a 1 in 23 chance. But I want to see what my next draw is before I pop Pokekid. This has turned out to be a very tough game because I don't have an answer for this Inteleon. For the Inteleon, sorry. Because the issue is, even if my opponent goes for Bubble Hold, I can't do anything with Mantine then. Because it's a basic Pokemon. Or my opponent can hit my bench, which I hope they don't do. I'm sitting in a very awkward energy game situation where all my Pokemon that I need to be effective need a lot of energy on them. I don't have ways of getting that energy down on them. Losing that Dreadnought so early was an issue. Yeah, that's what I was concerned of. There's nothing I can do about that. Okay, I drew a Dreadnought. I'm definitely not going to search for a Tutor. That Dreadnought's going to go down. There's no point putting energy on him. So let me put energy. Put on Kingler. It's not a great option, but let me see. I'm going to carry on holding on to this Pokekid because I don't think it's worth doing either of these Pokemon right now. Because I still have other options. Let me go for this Wave Splash, get that damage going. The nice thing is, if Mantine goes in, Kingler will finish the job. If he doesn't deal with Mantine this turn, I get the KO. So either way, I'm in a decent position. The problem is my opponent's got a pretty good bench. Because they've got the Golduck in the backline with Energy Loop for 80 damage, which is quite scary. And they've got a Kyogre as well to bring back energies. So my opponent's in a very safe position, whereas I'm not. My bench is looking very, very bad at the moment. I'm curious as to what this next play is going to be. If my opponent Bubble Holds, I can retreat into Kingler and still get the KO. What I'm scared is my opponent's going to hit Direct Dive and take out the Kingler. Well, not take out the Kingler, but severely damage the Kingler. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that. Okay, these draws aren't happening. I want to get my second Kingler online now that my bench is safe. Okay, my other Inteleon is in my deck, as are both my Drizzles, which is quite nice. So I'm very happy bringing out Kingler. I can now get my second Kingler online. Let's keep this going. And let's get this KO. So now Inteleon is finally out of the way. Mantine should not drop on the next turn. I'm feeling a little bit better about myself, my position. I got a Pokemon Catcher. Now, I don't want to pop Pokemon Catcher just yet. Now I might want to drop Pokemon Catcher. Because Mantine's not going to get a 2-hit KO. No, I still don't think it's worth it. What's frustrating is this Kyogre is going to come online, but I don't think it's worth me dealing with it. Because I'm going to get 60 damage down on it, and then next turn I can definitely get the KO with Kingler. The other option is actually retreating into this Kingler, preserving my Mantine. I actually think that's a better option. I'd rather keep Mantine just so I can bring back energies at a later stage. Let's drop Hop to see what we get. I kind of wish I had that Sobble at the moment, which would have been nice. Let's get this Kingler going. I've got a Switch, which is very nice. I've got Pokemon Center, a Pokemon Catcher, which I don't want to pop just yet. Yeah, let's just go for Heavy Pincers. I'm okay with getting Heavy Pincers off. Unfortunately, still not going to get a KO next turn. Unless I go into Kingler, which is unfortunate. Yeah, my opponent's getting really good draws out. Really good draws out. And their energy game is on point. I actually went for the retreat into Golduck. Okay. Interesting. I think I might want to go into Mantine this next turn and get energies back in my hand. I'm getting a little bit concerned because my deck is getting very, very thin at this moment in time. Would Kingler get the KO on that Kyogre? Kingler would get the KO. Okay, let's see. Do I get Pokemon Catcher off? I do. I think I want to deal with Kyogre. I actually want to switch. I want to preserve that energy on Mantine just in case. And let's go for the Chlorend. Okay, I'm now up 1 prize card. But I'm still not in a very good position. I'm not sure what my opponent's going to go with next. Okay, back into the Golduck. I'm probably going to be seeing an Energy Loop to the face now, which is 80 damage, which is a little bit scary. Choose Pokemon to become my active Pokemon. I'm okay going back into Mantine because Energy Loop won't KO me, and I can use some time to get those energies out. So I'm okay with this. I'm getting a little bit concerned prize card wise because this game's really coming down to the wire, which is quite scary. But I'm feeling like I'm in a decent position. This is a tough game. This is a good matchup. I like this. Well played, double J Sports. So it's one thing I like with these theme decks is that they're not ridiculously overpowered. Whereas I feel that the previous theme decks, when they came out, they really dominated the meta. And it looks like these are fitted in very middle of the road, very safe. I'm thinking of using Professor's Research because I need a better hand. But I need energies in my hand, which will save me from having to use Water Reserve. So I can get damage on. But it means that I've got no chance of getting Inteleon out, which is unfortunate, but yeah. There's my Drizzle. And I think I've already used my Rod. Yeah. So I've got no hope of getting Inteleon out anymore, which is very unfortunate. But I needed options. The problem is I can't actually use this hop. Let's get a Cramorant out. Really coming down to the wire at the moment, which is very scary. Let's get Wave Splash off. The issue is I need this Kingler to not go down. If this Kingler goes down, I'm in serious, serious trouble. Because he's basically my last hope. After him it's Cramorant, and that's if I draw an energy. Because I've got no way of getting Inteleon out. Because both my Inteleons are in my graveyard. That Dreadnought will take too much energy. I've basically got... As soon as Mantine goes down, I've got Kingler to hopefully get my last 2 KOs. I'm in a bit of a problem because double throw, does that knock me out? Bye-bye throw does not knock me out. But if he does go for bye-bye throw, how am I going to kill him? I presume Cramorant can come in and finish it. I don't like my options right now. Can't play that card. Let's go for Cramorant. I basically need 1 more energy. I don't want to play Hop this turn. So let's go for Chlorend. Let's hope this is an energy card. Mantine. I don't know if I have energy left in my deck. That's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I must have energy left in my deck. Oh. This is tough. This is really, really tough. Because he'll be a double throw now, guaranteed. I'll be incredibly surprised if I don't see a double throw off this turn. I think I've got this game. Because my opponent bye-bye throws, knocks me for 120 damage. I've got 10 HP left. I can then hit with Claw End, which will drop this down to 10 HP. Next turn, he'll take me out with whatever he does. And I can come with Chromorant and close the game. Oof. Okay, I'm going to save Hop until next turn. Man, I really hope I have that energy. The thing is, I don't actually need it. Water Arrow will close the game. Yeah, Water Arrow closes the game, even if it retreats. So it looks like I've picked this game up by the skin of my teeth. So, like I was saying, these 3 theme decks that have come in, they're not crazy powerful. What are you gonna do? Because even if you take out Kingler, Cramorant kills your bench. That was a bit scary, but okay. I was a bit worried there in case I missed something. I wasn't sure if I'd forgotten something. Okay. That was a close game. Wow, okay. So, as I was saying for the 3rd time now, these decks really came in and they didn't dominate the meta. Which, it's a good thing, but it does also make the expansion slightly awkward. When decks come out and they completely just dominate the meta, it's not as fun because it's a complete meta shift and everyone just jumps on the bandwagon, jumps on those new decks and uses them. So it's nice that the power creep is not that intense with these new decks. Hey, another laser focus deck. I like that. Smooth JI. Or just Smooth J. I think it's Smooth J. I like seeing the older theme decks. And laser focus is still one of my favorite decks. So, I don't know what I want. Do I want to go first? I think I want to go first. Do I want to go first? No, but active Pokemon is not going to matter with evolutions. Or it shouldn't matter with evolutions. And of course now I get... Yeah, I guess it's okay. I'm okay with this. Let's get Choodle down. Let's get Sobble down. Let's just get Choodle down. Why not? I know I've got a bad habit of doing that, but I need to learn to stop doing it. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. I don't know if I want to actually hit the Tauros or if I want to go and hit the bench. Because that Berserker's Tackle is going to hurt a lot. It's a 2-hit KO. If you use a Berserker's Tackle, it does 10 damage to himself, which knocks him down to 100 HP. And I'll be down to 50 on the next turn. Most likely that's what's going to happen. If I hit him with Water Gun, he'll then be down to 50 HP. I'm dead, and then I need to hit him with 40 HP. So I don't know if Water Arrow is worth it, but I think let me Water Arrow it. This is not a great opening hand. No supporter cards. It's a bit early for Pokemon Catcher. I'm happy getting a Cramorant out early, but going up against a Tauros is quite scary. Because Tauros is tanky, and Tauros deals a lot of damage. Which is quite worrying. Going second and not getting a supporter card out is a problem. Yes, I get the first attack out, which is always great. But not actually getting anything else is quite concerning. I've got a Pokekid out. Which I guess is something. I'm really considering Mantine. I think Mantine's a better play. Now the thing is, do I bother with Cormorant? Putting the second energy there? I don't think I do. I think the right play is charging up Mantine and sacking Cormorant. And let's just get some more damage off onto Tauros. Considering the state of my hand and the fact that I don't actually have draw mechanics or energies in my hand, I'm not feeling confident about this. So I'd rather get Mantine out, thin up my deck, and get some energies out. I'm not liking the start, and I'm starting to remember why I loved the laser focus deck so much. It's quick and it gets answers out. I might actually go back and test it out for fun. I haven't actually played that deck in a very long time. Okay. Still got 50 HP. So if I get lucky with a wave splash, I can get a KO. Let's see. Still no energies. This is unfortunate. I'm actually going to laser focus. I'm going to laser focus into Inkay. Let's see. I don't know if that was the right choice. I probably should have gone into Necrozma. Necrozma probably was the better play. But I want to put pressure on my opponent to force a swap. But let's see. I've at least now got energies, which is decent. My opponent's getting really lucky. We've got 2 bug catches off in a row. Okay, we got Malamar off. Now Malamar takes 3 energies to come online, which gives me time. And time is what I need right now. Time is desperately what I need right now. A little headbutt is a bit scary. Because my issue is my bench is still terrible. Absolutely terrible. I'm not winning these draws. Let me charge up my second Mantine and use this one as purely as a battery. Okay. So I've got 6 energies left in my deck. My hand is now decent, but my bench is horrible. Absolutely horrible. So I'm a bit concerned how this game's going, because my opponent's bench is looking very, very strong, and they've definitely got the field advantage. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to recover from this. I don't know how I'm going to recover from this. This is making me really remember why Laser Focus was such a great deck. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? I want to start charging up a Tutor just to get the hope of drawing a Dreadnought. But I also can't let my opponent just get away with hitting me in the face. Okay, hop, what do we get? I got 5 energies left in my deck. I'm going to take a risk, and I'm going to start charging up this Tutor, because I know I've got a Poké Kid in my hand. I can use Mantine as a battery for now, and hopefully start charging up our bench and getting somewhere with it. That Necrozma is going to hit terribly hard. And I'm not going to get the knockout on him because of that surfboard, which is incredibly frustrating because his retreat cost is now only 1 energy, so I'm only going to deal 90 damage with it. Oh, I guess I wouldn't got the KO in the first place, but hey. Okay, let's go into this tutorial. I think I'm too far behind to pick up this game. I'm gonna go for hop. See what I get. Got a Dreadnought, which is something decent. Finally got a Krabby out, which is way too late. Let's get this out. What do we get? Oh god, can't get anything I want. So let me get a Drizzle. So maybe we can get into an Inteleon soon enough. Actually going to put the energy there because Inteleon only requires 2 energies. Let's put that there. Get our second Sobble down in case we draw into the next Drizzle. And let's end this game. The problem is I'm down, my opponent's down to 2 prize cards. And Inteleon doesn't pick out the knockout on Necrozma. It does pick out the knockout on Gumshoos though, which is something. But the Necrozma will just come in and knock him out. But I need to get this going. If I don't get any traction going, this game is over. So this is not an ideal situation, but hey. Okay, Inteleon, get the non-foil because at least... Problem is this deals 160 damage. Yeah. So I know Inteleon's going down next turn, but I need to get traction going. I don't like my options because the thing is, no matter what I do, I'm in trouble. Yeah. This game is just unfortunately over. Necrozma will come back in and Necrozma will get the KO. Yeah, bit of an unfortunate game. I wasn't able to come online and I lost. So, it happens. I don't know. I like this Inteleon Theme Deck and I think it's got a lot of potential. But it's just not getting there reliability wise, which is really frustrating me. Because I feel like it should be doing better and I feel like I should be playing it better. But I'm just not getting the plays yet. And the issue is no matter what I do now, it's game. He has no damage on him yet. Maybe I draw an energy that wouldn't actually matter because I don't have anything. So yeah, well played. Okay, but unfortunate. This was not a good day for this deck. I still do feel like it's probably in second place in terms of the newer theme decks, with the Rillaboom theme deck coming last. And the Cinderace one is probably the better of them. Even with the abundance of water decks in the meta, it does perform pretty well. But hey. The Inteleon theme deck is a lot of fun to play. I think it's got a lot of potential. And I think you can play with it really, really well. It does have an issue of being energy hungry. Dreadnought requires 3. Kingler requires 3. So unless you get a good start, it's difficult to build that traction back up again. And I feel like I've fallen into the trap of charging up Cramorant. And I felt like I've fallen into the trap of charging up Mantine. And I feel like those are bad options. So I want to try playing this deck a bit more off screen. Not charging up those Pokemon. Letting them just go down. Using them for the utility. And just building up our bench more. So, bit of an unfortunate series of games today. I'm pretty sure that my deck stats won't update just yet for the Inteleon deck. I think it takes a while for them to actually update. But let me check that out. Inteleon. Yeah, it hasn't updated yet. Okay, so thanks so much for watching, everyone. In the next 2 videos, I will do a few more games with both the Cinderace and the Rillaboom deck to get those going up. And yeah, after those 2 videos, I will then release a video stating which of the theme decks have had the most success after 10 games, 10 games, and 10 games, and which one I'd recommend most. Sorry, not most. So thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please do consider liking and subscribing. I release a lot of theme deck videos. I'm loving Pokemon TCG Online, and I'm loving playing in the theme format because it's very It's very interesting. I enjoy playing with pre-built decks, and it's a nice way to pick up the game, play the game for free. I've put zero money into the game. Unfortunately, I'm in a location where I can't really play Pokemon TCG in real life. There just aren't locations, aren't stores around me that I can play, which is the reason why I haven't put any money into it. But if you are enjoying this, thank you so much for watching. I'm loving putting out these videos, helping people learn, showing hopefully what to do and what not to do, as you saw from today's games. And yeah, let's keep on enjoying this game, loving this game, and having fun. Thanks again, everyone. Cheers. Enjoy.